Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking, in no particular order, at the best games either developed or published by Nintendo so far in the 2020s. But before we dive in, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Pokémon Legends Arceus. While the core Pokémon series has definitely dipped in quality over the years, Arceus was a huge step in the right direction. Instead of taking players to a new region, we explored the long-lost past of the Sinnoh region of Diamond and Pearl. Not only was it fun to experience this setting in a new light, but tweaks to gameplay were fresh and exciting. Action injected into the turn-based battles added some fun danger since your character was at risk of damage as well. The sandbox design with dedicated biomes also made exploration more varied than in previous games. It wasn't perfect, visuals and performance always take a backseat with the series, but it's no surprise Nintendo and Game Freak are continuing the style in a sequel. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Simply put, everything that makes Kirby great can be found in the Forgotten Land. The core copy ability never grows old, with chances for upgrades making your powers even better to play around with. The new Mouthful mode, which lets Kirby stretch his body over various objects to control them, makes for some really creative gameplay mechanics when it comes to traversal and puzzle solving. The developers also found new ways to explore the post-apocalyptic angle, primarily because Kirby's style is still so bright and vibrant. And as his first fully 3D adventure, I felt the utmost joy just living in these environments. It might not have quite the depth or polish of Nintendo's S-tier platformers, but it's still a damn fine game. Pikmin 4. It had been a long time since we got a new mainline Pikmin game, and thankfully, this one didn't let us down. It looks incredible with some of the most charming visuals on Switch. Level designs and how you interact with them are endlessly inventive. There are some really creative puzzles and strategic elements that can scratch that brain-teasing itch. However, it can be a bit too easy at times, and there are some limitations on the player that hinder enjoyment, like only being able to equip 3 types of Pikmin at a time. Still, overall, the game is a genuine joy and was a fantastic return for the franchise. Here's hoping it isn't another decade before we get Pikmin 5. Mario Kart World. Some of the more hardcore players have certainly turned on this game since it launched, particularly because of how Nintendo has altered things through patches, and then there's the $80 elephant in the room. But as far as we're concerned, Mario Kart World is still ridiculously fun. It naturally looks and controls like a dream. New mechanics, rail grinding, and wall riding pair flawlessly with track design, making the difference between casual racers and ungodly pros that can barrel through courses like an unstoppable force. Then there are the new modes. Knockout Tour is some of the most intense Mario Kart I've ever experienced, which is saying something, and Free Roam provides a ton of challenges to seek out, making for a nice change of pace by testing your skills without the stress of other players. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's remarkable to see how far Xenoblade Chronicles has come, with a fan campaign securing a North American release of the first game, and it now being one of Nintendo's biggest franchises. Set against the backdrop of endless war, the third mainline entry follows a group of heroes with members belonging to both warring nations, as they attempt to uncover the history of it all. It's these truly great characters that lift the story up, and it's a joy to spend hours revealing their layers.
Without my heroics, our combat unit would be right up the...
Lance.
Creek!
Come on. Stop being so cocky.
It was just a joke, mate.
There's also a ton of variety during combat, which received some noteworthy changes. You can swap between your 7 party members on the fly, change their classes, combine abilities to form new ones. It makes every fight feel exciting.
You might want to hang back!
Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Even if New Horizons hadn't been the perfect game at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, it would still deserve praise. Animal Crossing has always been the coziest IP under Nintendo, but letting us build a town from the ground up made it truly special. The customization angle made each and every island feel unique, and it flipped a satisfying switch in our brains when everything came together just how we wanted it. Even if events and holidays got off to a rocky start, looking at you, Bunny Day, it is always delightful to be part of something so wholesome. That's not to mention the excellent Happy Home Paradise DLC, which further pulled at our desire to design adorable animal communities. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Anytime we get a new Mario game is a time for celebration, and Wonder is no different. It brought 2D multiplayer back to the series in tremendous fashion. Each of the new power-ups made for great new ways to engage with its levels and were instantly catapulted as some of the best Mario and Co. have ever used. The levels themselves would already be fun, but the Wonder Flowers in each one all brought different effects. You never knew what would happen, and it made every single stage that much more exciting. These new additions blended so well with that signature magic that Nintendo is so good at creating, and it was a pleasure to experience. Metroid Dread. Of all of Nintendo's franchises, Metroid might be the best at confronting us with the most stressful encounters while still making us feel powerful enough to take on anything. It's a fine line to walk, and Dread does it extremely well. It follows Samus on a planet that's overrun with a parasite that can replicate anything it infects. Even more deadly than that are the Emmy, government robots that have been reprogrammed to hunt her with extreme prejudice. There's something so satisfying about coming out on top in one of these situations, outrunning and hiding from an Emmy until you can take it down, or conquering one of the game's tough-as-nails bosses. It doesn't hurt that the controls are as smooth as silk. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Another franchise that hadn't seen a mainline release in quite some time, DK made a terrific comeback with Bonanza. With mechanics unique to him, blended with some 3D Mario DNA, in part thanks to the developers being the same team behind 2017's Odyssey, we were enraptured from start to finish. Being able to punch our way through entire environments using chunks of terrain as weapons and transport meant we could bend this world to our will. These mechanics, including DK's Bonanza forms, are so insanely fun to use that it makes you want to seek out every challenge the game offers. This game overflows with charm, from its gameplay to its visuals to the touching friendship between DK and Pauline. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Coming as a surprise to no one, Tears of the Kingdom is one of the best games Nintendo has released in the 2020s, and just in general. Sure, the depths can grow tedious, and lore is a bit muddled, but everything else is pure gold. Quality of life changes make for a smoother experience over its predecessor. Link's abilities heighten player creativity, specifically in tandem with Zonai devices. The music, the puzzles, the dungeons, the relationship between Link and Zelda, Matt freaking Mercer as Ganondorf, it's all just so incredible. And like Breath of the Wild, it's honestly nice to simply exist in this world. Players not interested in the open-ended structure had Echoes of Wisdom to fall back on, which does deserve love, but Tears of the Kingdom is a special type of game that emphasizes player freedom and discovery. But what are some of your favorite Nintendo games to release since 2020? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.